Hi there, terrific teachers and techies. Today I want to talk about three Google Meet extensions that could be useful for you and your students as you have Google Meet sessions virtually with your class. So, the first one, which I know a lot of people are aware of, I am going to mention it here, and all the extensions I am going to show you, I will also indicate at the end of this recording how to find them and add them to your Chrome browser. So that is the main thing I do want to point out here is you do need to have the Chrome browser installed for these extensions to work, as well as for your students. So this first one here is Google Meet Grid View. Uh, those who are familiar with Zoom, that's sort of the layout that they have in theirs. So generally, a Google Meet, you can only see people who are speaking or a few people at a time on the screen. So this extension here allows you to have a grid view. So I don't have a ton of people in this Meet here, and you could have when you have larger groups with your classes, you can see everybody along the screen here. Now, Google just announced today that a new update is coming where Grid View will be part of that. So this extension will probably uh, be on its way out soon. But in the meantime, till that comes, you can add that, and this gives you a grid view. And you have a few options in here how you want to set that up. So that's the first one there. The second one is over here, and this one's called Nod. And what this does is if you have your students coming in and muting their microphones, a way for them to maybe indicate that they want to ask a question, raise their hand, or maybe you're asking questions and you want to sort of get some sort of hand gesture out of them. You have a few options here. So this one is called Nod. You can do things like thumbs up, well done, whatever it might be. You can raise your hand. So if a student did want to ask a question, and so not everybody's unmuting their mic, they can just click on that. As you can see, it's here. It says raise their hand, or any other student that's in the classroom can do that as well. And you can then call on them, ask them to unmute their microphone, and answer their question. If that icon stays there, there's a little X there that you can X out as well once you've called on them and answered their question. And the last one here is one that can come into play because if you're using Google Meet to present your screen, which is down here on the bottom right, when you do that, that actually takes over all your screen. So you can't see your students during the meet while you're presenting your screen. So there are a few ways around that. You could, as you notice here, I am logged in twice on this Google Meet. So I could, if you do have a second device, you could log in twice to the same Meet, have one of your screens as presenting, whatever you're presenting to the students, and the second one on just as a viewer, and you'd be able to see all the other students if they have their cameras on and whether they're engaged and paying attention. That's one way. If you happen to have dual monitors at your house, that would be another way. Another way is this extension up here called Dualis. And what this will do, this will split your screen into different portions. So when you click on that, you'll have a few options here. Right now, I'm in full screen mode. Okay, but you can sort of split your screen into different ratios, whether it's like 70-30, half and half, whatever it might be. So whatever you click, you would split your screen. You could have your main screen here if you're presenting to students, and then have another screen here that would show whatever else you wanted to show. So that is an option here as well that you can try out, and that could be beneficial if you do not have uh, two screens, two monitors at your place, or you don't have a second device to log in. So I just wanted to show these three extensions, in particular the grid view and the Nod extension. To get any of those, you just have to go to the Chrome Web Store. You'll look for these three extensions. So there is Nod, Reactions for Google Meet, Google Meet Grid View, and as I said, this will probably only be relevant for a short period of time, and then Dualis if you don't have access to a second monitor or dual screens at your home. So hopefully you'll find one or all of these extensions useful as you carry out your Google Meets. I will mention if you're in the HRCE, the Nod extension and Google Meet Grid View are also open for students, so they're able to add them as well.